So we made it halfway. Yesterday I got my very last Taxol chemotherapy infusion, and I am officially halfway through chemotherapy. It feels like I've gone so far, 12 weekly infusions, but we're halfway. So next week I get a new cocktail of chemotherapy, AC, also known as the Red Devil. Most people, when I say AC or the actual names of the drugs, people have no clue what I'm talking about, and they're just random words. But when you say Red Devil, that one kind of sticks in your head. And if anybody's heard of stuff, they've heard of that. And so that's what I'm gonna get to play with next week. So excited because it's halfway and it's like I can check that one off and move on to the next. A little anxious because what's this one gonna do to me? How will my body react? How will I feel? I don't know yet. After the first one, I think knowing will make the others easier because I'll know what to expect. So we're celebrating a milestone today, or this week, halfway through chemo. Taxol and carboplatin are done. So those of you that are new, just a little bit about my story and why I'm here. March 31st of this year, of 2022, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. My name is Heather Lambert. I live in Florida with my husband. 2 of my 3 boys are here with me at the house. And so I started chemotherapy in April, and here we are, halfway done. So once I'm finished chemotherapy, we will do surgery and radiation. And watching videos on YouTube and hearing other people's stories that are going through or have been through really inspired me and helped me, gave me hope, helped me feel calm and peace and confidence that I can get through this too. And so I thought, well, if that did so much for me and helped me through this journey, then I can give back as well. And hopefully my story and my journey will help someone else. So today, to celebrate this halfway point, I'm going to give you a rundown on all my symptoms and side effects from chemotherapy. I know when they first talked about doing chemotherapy, and even before I had cancer, right? Your thoughts and your views about chemotherapy are horrible. They're horrible. And I've heard of other people who have been diagnosed with cancer with the decision of whether to do chemo or not. And why would you do chemo? Like that toxic, horrible stuff that's killing your body and doing horrible things. Like, I thought there's no way. There's other things I could do. And movies. The first thing my oncologist said to me was, when I went in there, he says, it's not like the movies. And it's not. Maybe years and years ago it was, and maybe, but there are so many different drugs now, and they have learned so much about how to administer them, and different things to help with side effects along the way, that it is not like it used to be. It's not like the movies. And so I'm not saying it's all grand and wonderful. There's some horribleness too. It kind of sucks and it's really hard, but it's not what I thought initially, right? And then I see people going through chemo and I'm like, they're going to work every day. People work every day when they're doing chemotherapy. Some people, not everybody can, but some people can. And so just knowing that, like, okay, well, I can do that then. I can do it. So, but there are a lot of side effects. And I've been very, very lucky that I haven't had anything major that has really kind of knocked me down. Mostly I have lots of little annoying things that can build up over time and just be a lot to deal with. You have good days and bad days. But overall, they're mostly just annoying things that, when you're thinking positive and you keep moving and you do what you got to do, then you can get through it, right? And it's temporary. It's not forever, so it's fine. We'll get through. So I just wanted to share with you what I've had so far, and or if you're getting ready to go on a chemotherapy journey and you're about to have carboplatin and Taxol, like I did, kind of what you can expect and what I kind of went through. So the biggest thing with carboplatin and Taxol that I have found so far, and have confirmed with lots of other people that take Taxol, is the fatigue. It just makes you tired. but not tired all the time. Like, I am great today. Steroids are still good today because I just got infused yesterday. Tomorrow I will be off. I will be tired. I will probably need a nap. Day 3, 4 after infusion. So if infusion is day 1, then on day 3 and 4 are usually my hardest days. If I'm gonna feel crappy, those are the days I feel crappy. And so the fatigue is usually then. What's interesting is that I feel tired, like I can't do anything, I don't want to do anything, I just want to sit, but I'm also restless at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like I don't feel like I can sit still, like I'm a little just restless, but too tired to do anything about it. So it's a really strange thing. I'm usually better in the mornings. 3 o'clock is my hour. Usually if I'm gonna run out of gas, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'm like done for the day. So fatigue is real. Bone pain. I had some bone pain early on when I the first few infusions with Taxol. Taxol's known for pain in your bones. In fact, I met a patient yesterday at the infusion who had really horrible bone pain, like she was having trouble walking. Her husband was helping her walk even into the bathroom and things like that. Like, she was really struggling with bone pain. She says, day 3, 4, I'm curled up on a bed. I can't move, can't get up, can't stand. It just hurts. So I've been pretty lucky. So I had a little bit in the beginning. I could feel it, like it was sore and tender, but it went away, and I don't have it much anymore. Dry skin is pretty typical. It gets a little patchy. I get redness. This is makeup, you guys. My face, I put my face on every morning because it's blotchy, it's kind of dull, I've got little rashy things here and there. I had a patch right here, was real rashy for a while. Just little things pop up, and discoloration and weirdness, but mostly it's just really dry. So I do my Scentsy body cream every morning, and that's real important. If I don't get that, I just feel awful. Hair loss, of course, is the big one. So not all chemos cause hair loss, so we'll put that out there. But the ones I'm getting cause hair loss. So carboplatin and Taxol, yeah, lost my hair. So the hair went. If you'd like to see pictures of our shaving party early on, so I think it was a couple of weeks in, I started losing it, and I have pictures and videos of that on my Facebook page, A More Magical Life. You can just search at A More Magical Life and see all of that. And so once it started really falling out, it was just a mess and annoying and frustrating. And so we had a shave night, and my whole family shaved their heads too. So all 4 of us shaved our heads that night. Pictures are on Facebook, go check them out. It was really fun and nice. It made a sad and kind of having to shave your head as a woman, like it's a big deal. It's scary. You don't know what you're gonna look like. You don't know what it's gonna feel like. You don't know. You know it's not gonna look like you. It's hard to say goodbye to your hair. And so having that be an event with the family and them doing it too kind of took the attention and pressure off of me, because we were all doing it. And so that was really great. So check those pictures out. They're kind of fun. So the hair on your head, right? You lose that. But I have, I prefer my caps and head wraps. I did try some wigs and stuff, but I don't like them. They're hot, they're uncomfortable, and they don't look like me. And they make me very self-conscious, so I haven't done wigs. I do have a hair piece that I wear with a hat that is a little bit good, but for the most part these are more comfortable and cooler, so I stick with those. Eyebrows, those hit me hard. When those started falling out, that was one of my hardest days, when my eyebrows started going. I had a lot of anxiety about, I've never done my eyebrows before with makeup or anything like that. So I had a lot of anxiety about having to give myself eyebrows. But it's been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So that was nice. Yeah, these are mostly makeup. So I do brow pencil and then powder, and there's not all this here. So thank God for makeup. That's all I'll have to say about that. Eyelashes too. So my eyelashes are going. I have more on this side than this side. These are thinned, but still some there. And this one I just have a little bit on the outside. The inside is pretty much all gone. And that's hard to look at in the mirror. So when I get out of the shower and I have nothing and I'm all clean and there's no eyebrows and there's very little eyelashes and my eyes look just awful, like they don't look like me. So I put my face on every morning, and that helps me get through, right? It helps me look at my face and see myself again. Because when I'm all clean and there's none of this, it's not me. It doesn't look like me, and it really bothers me. I don't like to look at it. So I put my face on every morning so that when I catch a glimpse of myself, I look like myself. And that's really important. The other thing people don't think about hair is in your nose. So all my nose hairs are gone. It's pretty thin up there. And the carboplatin causes like a runny nose. So I have additional fluid coming out and no filter. Also, you know, that's your filter going in too. So I sneeze a lot. So that's fun. And body hair. So most of my body hair has thinned out or gone. I still have most of my arm hair. Leg hair is mostly gone. I haven't shaved in months. I get some here and there, but not enough to worry about. I have no need for a bikini or Brazilian waxing. Yeah, so body hair is pretty much not a thing. So one of the benefits, right, of chemotherapy is you don't have to shave for a while. Chin, face, mustache, all of that. I haven't had to touch it. So that's really good. Nails. My nails have gotten more brittle and they are rigid and they're starting to crack and split. So that's not fun. I've also started getting some discoloration. I don't know if you can see the discoloration. They should be white like this one, but I've got this discoloration coming down here. I'm hoping it won't get worse. That's nail polish. But I did lose a chunk of that one. This one broke off the other day and there's some discoloration there too. So I'm hoping it won't get too much worse. Some people do have their nails separate. It can be painful. I'm hoping. We'll see what happens. So moody. I'm moody. Days 3 and 4, my emotions I find are a little bit more unstable. If I'm gonna cry and have a bad day, it's on that day 3, 4, because my emotions just are a little bit more on edge, right? And it's easier for them to tip over. So if I'm frustrated about something, or I'm not feeling good about myself, or I just don't feel good, or yeah, it's gonna be that day 3, 4. My emotions are a little bit all over the place. It gets better by Monday, Tuesday, so that's good. Insomnia. So the steroids that I get before my infusion give me energy and they keep me up. So last night, for example, I did not sleep. I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, fell asleep about 5. I did sleep till about 9, which is really late for me because usually I sleep till 6. I wake up about 6:30. But after an infusion, those steroids are really kicking in. And what's interesting too is even after no sleep and being up all night, like I felt fine today because steroids are still kicking. Now I will crash at some point. The steroids will run out and I will crash hard and then I will sleep for a few days. Not really, but off and on. I'll be tired. Taste. So foods don't taste the same. Nothing does. But what's interesting is I can still smell the foods. So for example, peanut butter. I love peanut butter. I love to dip my apples in peanut butter. I love to put peanut butter jelly. I love peanut butter. I can smell the peanut butter. It smells delicious. But the peanut butter does not taste the same. My husband and I snack on French fried onions from Publix. No other brand tastes good, but the Publix French fried onions, we eat them like potato chips. They are delicious. Strong flavor, very salty, nothing. Chicken, nothing. It doesn't taste like anything. So it's really frustrating because so many foods, like my salad I usually enjoy with lots of things in it, it tastes like just nothing. Like I want to say it tastes like water, like nothing. So it's really hard to find things that are satisfying to eat and that are fun. I don't say fun to eat. We eat for fuel, but yeah, things just don't taste great. It's like, why bother? So I have found garlic. We had Pizza Hut the other night and I put garlic Parmesan sauce on my pizza and the garlic came through. So garlicky things are pretty good. very salty, so I have to add extra salt. And sweet hangs on. And I've heard that from other people too, that the sweet taste hangs on, which, you know, is great because I can taste sweet things and those taste good, but it's not been really good for my waistline and my weight. So there's that. I've been more bloated, lots of burping and air, and my tummy gets bloated sometimes. The weight gain I talked about, and that's really frustrating for me because I had lost 50 pounds not a couple of years ago and kept it off for a very long time. And so over the last, since I got diagnosed, I guess I've gained about 15 to 20 pounds. And so that's been frustrating because my clothes don't quite fit the way I want them to. They're not comfortable. So I'm having to buy bigger things, which as a woman, you guys know, that's just frustrating. So I try to put on it's temporary. We'll deal with it when this is all done. My other thing is the AC that I'm supposed to get next week is supposed to cause a little bit more nausea and digestion issues. So I'm thinking, well, maybe the 20 pounds I gain on Taxol, I will lose it on AC. We'll see. So I'm trying not to beat myself up about it. I'm trying to be comfortable and just get through, and then we'll deal with it when we deal with it. Like, it's gonna be okay. I have some more inflammation in my joints sometimes. It comes and goes, but I do feel it. But that could be the foods I'm eating. So I'm eating more sweets, more sugar, and sugar causes inflammation, and that's kind of where that comes from. For me, when I get joint pain, it's because I've had sugar. So that could be some of that. My eyes are very dry. I can't see. I have blurred vision. I have a hard time seeing. I even got new prescriptions and I still struggle sometimes. And my eyes get very dry. The eye doctor has me putting drops like 4 times a day. Sometimes I do even more than that, especially on infusion day. I can really feel them. They feel sticky, really dry. So I have to keep drops all the time, which is annoying. I've not had neuropathy. So neuropathy is when the nerve endings in your hands and feet get damaged, and it can cause a lot of pain, some tingling, cold sensations. I haven't had that. I've been very lucky. It's pretty common with Taxol. In fact, a lot of people ice their hands and feet during treatment to prevent it. I know a lot of people have done that and it didn't prevent it. I did not ice my hands and feet during Taxol, and I have not had neuropathy. I do, however, have some sensation, like I can feel things different, but I haven't lost any strength in my hands. I don't have any tingling. I don't have any pain. So I haven't had any of that, which I am very thankful for. Chemo brain is real. So chemo brain, you just can't think straight. Sometimes, especially I notice it when I'm having conversations with people and I just can't come up with the words. I it's there, but it's not, and I can't find a way to get it out or find the words that I want to say. Also, I'm a little bit more forgetful than I used to be. I am known for remembering everything and knowing all the things, and it's all in there all the time. And so chemo brain is really frustrating for me because I usually have all the things and I don't. So I've had to remember to write things down more often, act on things when I think about it, that kind of thing. So that's a real deal. I get winded easier. We walk the dogs every night, and I'm finding that walk is getting longer and longer. I'm having to breathe more. Hot flashes. Yes, hot flashes are not fun. Sleeping. So that's one of the things that can interrupt my sleep is I'm constantly blankets off, blankets on. But hot flashes, they come on all the time. And so I'm sweating more often, which means you're showering and doing laundry more often. All the things come with it. Now, whether the chemo is causing the hot flashes or the hot chemo has put me into a forced menopause. I haven't had a period since May. And then that comes with the hot flashes, so could be. Less tolerant to heat, hot. Normally, before chemotherapy, I could be on a hot day. I don't mind Florida heat much at all. Going to Disney, no big deal. but it has just been hot and I don't tolerate it as well as I used to. And I'm also, chemotherapy makes your skin more sensitive to the sun, so sunburns come easier, so that's an issue as well. Not fun. The other thing that you have to deal with, I pee all the time. I'm constantly in the bathroom. Your body is filtering chemotherapy, the drugs, constantly. There's a lot of toxic stuff in me, and so one of the best ways to combat side effects is hydration, right? To filter and constantly hydrate. And because of that, I'm peeing all the time. So that's annoying. My port and my incision. So when you get lots of infusions, you get a port inserted. So this is my little port. It's like a little button, and they insert a needle into that, and it accesses the port. And then it's sort of like if they were gonna put an IV in your arm, in your veins, instead of putting it in the vein, they put it in my port. And the port has a cord, you can see it right there, and it goes up into my jugular vein right here, and it accesses directly into the heart. So that port, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't hurt, it's fine, but it's there. Like, I know it's there. I can feel this like button under my skin. When people hug and squeeze too hard, like if you press it, it's like sore because it's like pressing a button into your chest, right? So that is just, it's not like it's just an awareness and an inconvenience. I can't sleep on that side and like squeeze it or like lean, so I have to be careful, kind of that. Now my incision has given me trouble a little bit, just the redness, and then if I wear shirts or clothes that cover and rub it, it gets very irritated and red and itchy and sore. I even had antibiotics a couple weeks ago to take care of it. So that's limited my wardrobe. I can only wear things that are V-neck or wide open to keep it aired and not rub on the incision site. Otherwise I have to cover it while I wear other things. So that's just been an annoyance, really. And it's just something that you just have to be conscious of. Let's see. The other thing I have to be conscious of is my blood, right? So every week when I go get my infusions, they test my blood for white blood counts, red blood counts, platelets, all of that. Only twice my white blood count has dropped a little bit out of the normal range. Once was about a month ago, right before I had COVID. So whether it dropped because I had COVID or whether it dropped and I got COVID, maybe. This week I got my blood. It's been in the normal range every week until just this last week. It's just barely dropped out of normal range, just barely, but it's low. But that's just something you have to be conscious of, because when your white blood counts drop too low, you're susceptible, right? So being around crowds and other people and germs, you're just more susceptible to stuff. So you have to just be aware. My platelets too, when my platelets drop, I get more tired. And twice they have dropped lower, out of range. So once, almost too low, almost. I was at 96 and it has to be at 100 in order to get infused. They let me get infused anyway. And this last week I've been staying good, and then just this last week it's dropped a little bit, but this week it rebounded back. So both times it's rebounded back, which is good. So I think it's the carboplatin that dropped my platelets. So being aware, right, that it's there, that it's low, and then making sure that I eat foods that are gonna help rebound those numbers. When my platelets drop, I make sure I get lots of green leaves and citrus fruits, and that seems to help, maybe. That's about it. So those are the side effects I've had so far that I can remember. I've been very lucky because I know a lot of other people that are struggling a lot more. So next week, new cocktail, and we'll see what happens. Be a whole new set of side effects probably. What am I expecting? Like I said, more nausea, digestive issues, less appetite, dry skin, nails. I'll be keeping an eye on those, for sure. Now, all of these different side effects, and I've always said that I think I haven't had a worse time because I hydrate so well, and I do a lot of other things to help me get through, right? So what do I do to help me get through the side effects, the hard days, all the things, all of these. Cancer messes with your brain. Like, it really, and it's not just that you have cancer, it's the therapy and the long journey and everyone else's emotions, because when you interact with people or talk about your stuff, their emotions are something you have to deal with too, and those are hard. So how do I deal with all that? So my next video, I'm going to be talking about that. I'll share with you some of the things that I do and that I've done to help combat some of that. So I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it's been helpful if you're getting ready to go through chemotherapy, or you are going through chemotherapy and you're curious, or you have a loved one who's going to do it. Maybe some of this helps you be not so afraid for them. One of my friends told me that you have to be, as much as possible, live life with cancer and not make cancer your life. And that's really important. So it is possible to live life going through chemotherapy. You can be okay. It is possible. So that's it for now. We are going strong. Stay the course, as my oncologist says. Keep going. And halfway though. Yay! Almost there. I can see the finish line. It is within view. So 16 infusions altogether. We have completed 12. We have 4 left. They will happen every 3 weeks, starting on Thursday, and we'll see what happens. So I will keep you updated, let you know how it goes, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.